So I think we understand the mission of TFM. Let's talk, and let's see if I can paraphrase it, but it's to enhance the family relationships, to enhance the family's legacy, to enhance, and I'm do you have a written, what is our mission at this point? Or what is it? Share, if you don't mind sharing it.
Yes, we show up and help families.
That's help families.
And show up, if you really think about what that phrase means, it means more than being present. It really means, in the way that the person I'm showing up for needs. And that might be different for every single client. And we have, guidelines to what we do, but we have an incredible team of advisors that are knowledgeable and flexible and empathetic to whatever situation they're in. So I think it's really showing up for us means, going in with intention, with a TFM intention. You will never, ever, ever hear anyone in this company say there is a TFM way to be successful. It's just the opposite of who we are and what we want to be. We help families define their values and then align those with the rest of their life. That's really our goal.
Great. And so, if a family has an advisor that they're working with, the TFM advisor, they're not coming in as therapists or counselors. They're just there as facilitators of this process, of these conversations and they're just showing up to help the family. And
exactly.
And what's really neat is all of these conversations then for people that, we don't have a screen to share to show everybody the software and whatnot, but there's, all of these great conversations are held online, correct? Do you mind talking about, I just finished up meeting one where we were just talking about the different roles that Victoria and I play in our lives. And we were just like astounded at how many different roles we play. Number one, we're also astounded at one of the things that our advisor Cynthia did that what I just thought was magical was when she asked us to pick the 3 to 5. This isn't the word she used. I want to say most important, but that was not what she said. She goes, the ones that are important to you, and then explain why you're picking those kinds of things. And what was really important, it was a really good distinction. My wife said she picked these 3 because she was most proud of these 3 roles. And I picked these 3 to 5 roles because they were the ones that were most important to me. And so just right there opened up a conversation that, we both have said, we're going to spend some time understanding, you came at things from what you're proud of. I came at it from what's important to me. I'm curious what's different and then what's the same if I talk about them, what I'm most proud of, and now what's most, and then she talks about what's most important to her. That's a really interesting conversation.
Yeah, our advisors are amazing. They impress us every single day, just with their empathy, and so many people just don't have someone to listen to them. There's just with how distracted it feels like everyone is, someone truly listening to you, you actually notice it.
Yeah.
But they talk, between 20 and 30% of the time, our advisors. So they're really asking questions. And a lot of our families are like, I got a lot going on. I don't have time to prepare for these workshops. It's like, you don't have to prepare.
You have to. Yeah.
You have all the answers. All we're doing is just kind of facilitating. And many times, like you describe you and your spouse going through it, our advisors will just sit back because the two of you are on an awesome path talking about something in your own way. There is really no place for us in that conversation. We're just there to, facilitate it. You asked about the technology. Our big thing for families as a whole is it's just very, very hard to see your family getting better. There's no metric that you can look at, that you can't judge it by height, and so it's also hard to see the work that you've done over time. So we talked about some of these retreats and all that kind of stuff. A lot of those things get written on Post-its and filed away in drawers and never looked at again. And when you talk about goal setting, like everyone, has it in a different way. So we have an amazing CTO who's been with us since the beginning. He does, like, if you really want to be amazed, you see what our CTO Mike is capable of. And we're just building this technology to support everything that our families are trying to do. So when we hear awesome things, like if you said something really fantastic about your wife, we might just capture that in your portal, in your family portal. So 3 years from now, when you're like a little mad at her or whatever, you're like, I forgot, like she was really supportive of me in that really hard time in my life. I forgot that. Or tracking goals, or having a place to look at values. So you don't just do the value exercise and then it like totally disappears and you never talk about it again. So we use our technology to sort of help families make progress, because 6 hours a year adds up. I would argue that most families don't really spend a ton of time being strategic. And so 6 hours a year being strategic over, a period of 4, 5, 6, 7 years, you get a lot done. And when you look back at all the cumulative work, it feels really good for people. And that's like what we were trying to do with the technology, both keep them organized, but then also let them see their progress.
Love it.